come in again. If you get a horse like this who's resistant in the move off, if you can't do anything about it, which you might not be able to, just make sure you stay soft and just come on forward. And be careful not to drift to the right before you turn left. Again, it's that he tends to slide through your outside aids when you bend him. So keep your fingers a little bit supple and soft and your wrists a little bit supple. Very soft with your hand. And don't worry, don't do much with your hand, just go. Go. Yeah, now start to take him a little bit. Yeah. You can cheat on that a little bit that way. And support him on the right. Left rein is supple, makes a lot of little offers. This is lovely. Supple left rein. Don't see how your elbow is out and your hand is kind of pointing to the outside. Keep that straight. Good boy. So your inside rein is not turning him. All your inside rein is doing is reminding him of the flexion. If he starts to tilt, you know you've got too much inside, not enough on the outside. And so can you bring your outside elbow back a little bit and your inside elbow forward? And stop just a second. I just want to see. Because you're sort of putting up a big neon sign saying, I'm riding mostly with my inside aids, because you're riding like this. And so that's telling me that you're holding him up on this side and this one's not there to support quite enough. Try to feel that you're riding more here and don't make your two arms look so different from each other. And, okay, go ahead. Let your leg just swing with him, let your arms go with him. Just pretend you're finished with your test and you had a really good test. That's nice, good. As you're approaching F, your inside leg, your new inside leg comes to the girth and starts to bend him as you pick the reins up. Good, keep him walking. Good. Now think about your two hands. Your outside hand should be the more supporting hand. Your outside elbow stays back at your side. So stay on that circle for a minute and look at his neck and notice how far over to the right it is. You see what I mean? So can you just stay on this circle and use your outside rein and your outside leg and straighten him out of all this overbending? Yeah. Now you want him to look to the right a tiny bit, but you don't want him to slide to the left when you do. So try to hold your outside hand so that your little pinky finger is almost right on his withers. Good. And look through his ears, so that you'll see when that happens. There you go. Feel how you have to turn his outside shoulder blade a little bit with little squeezes of your outside rein. Yeah, feel the difference? So you want him flexed to the right, and that happens by rotating your inside hand a little bit. But yes, good, okay. So when you get to wherever it was that you're supposed to go on, go on. He likes canter transitions, doesn't he? Now the same thing, you want to bend him into the outside rein, but you don't want that to happen. Let's go do that again.
This one's actually supposed to be a trot.
Oh, okay. But you just did this circle.
Can you try to make sure
Okay.
it was actually my mistake or
Keep your outside elbow bent and your outside hand on top.
Okay.
So that one's probably too
No, this is at 5:30. Yeah. No, I've been trying to do the tests as separate thingies.
Okay. Okay.
Good. Your outside elbow bent, and that'll help them to be back together. Good. And really supple in your hand. Don't let yourself be stiff against it. Good. That's one of those things where you kind of have to figure out the horse before you go in, because it's better for him to be not quite on the bit at the X than it is for him to fight you at X. It's better for him to stand there and be perfect and be on the bit. But if you have to make a choice there, then just kind of be real passive there. Because once you get, like with him, once you get him back into the trot, you can take the reins back and he's good. But he doesn't want you to restrict him in that move off. So yeah, that's kind of your big thing, is that you're wanting to turn too much with your inside rein. And keep the inside of your knee, inside of your leg on the horse, yes. So if you think about your seat's not just the bottom of your bottom. Your seat includes everything from just above your knee on one side to just above your knee on the other side. All of that is your seat. And so you don't want part of it to be sticking out. I want you to do one thing. Let's see. When you start the test, you come. Just trot straight ahead for me and make a 20-meter circle to the left at B or E, wherever you're ready. But go ahead and get him trotting first. And I just want to feel that you can prepare him for the circle with a little inside bend before you get there, but that you don't make the circle by pulling his neck to the inside. So you're always steering the horse's shoulders. You're just positioning their neck a little bit. A little squeeze of your outside rein right against his withers to bring that right shoulder around the turn. Yeah. And then your inside rein, you could even pat him with it and he would be good. Yes. Yes. Does that feel good? Nudge his right shoulder around the turn. Good. Pat him on the inside. But when you do that, you can't relinquish the outside. That time you gave up the outside, so you lost him. Get him over into the outside rein. Turn him with the outside rein. And as you give the inside, keep everything else going just the same. Keep your outside rein closed against him. That's super. You could even, in this direction as an exercise, flex him a little bit to the outside just for a step or two, just to get control of that outside shoulder. Yeah, you feel the change? And see, now this is a more correct bend. You don't want him to bend at the base of his neck. You want him to bend behind his shoulder. Super. Turn his shoulder, turn his shoulder, turn his shoulder. Almost counterflex him to get that right shoulder up. Yes. And see, that's a better trot. Good. Now we're going to make a transition to the walk without tightening your inside rein. Make it with your seat and your outside rein and go forward. Good. And patting. Good. And you bring your knee back onto the side.